Hi, Spots and Cheap Pops. You're on the air.
Hi, Spots and She Pops, ladies and gentlemen, Silicon Steve Valley, Vladi Job Tony, the worst owner ever. Just kidding. I think he gets a bad rap.
Oh my God.
He's a good person. He's a terrible boss, but he's a good person. Fair?
I don't know him as a person.
Even CM Punk, who buried him, was like, he's a nice guy, though. Complete clown and a douchebag. He's not a real boss, but he's a nice guy. Fucking jerk off.
He might have been talking about Tony when he said he couldn't even manage a fucking target.
He very well might have been. And because even in his mind, like, it's okay, Tony, we're all learning here. Like, he was like, not even looking at him in the eye, like, it's okay, Tony, we're all learning here. Like, he's like, you're learning on the job, you're an ass, like, you don't know what you're doing. We're all learning, Tony. Yeah. We're all learning. He just, oh my God. He was like, he walked into that company, like, this is my company now. Fuck off. Barely there a year, it's my company. But I digress. No reason to go into CM Punk anymore. There's no reason. He's going to have a nice, great feud. Probably have a loser leaves town match with Drew McIntyre if McIntyre doesn't sign that contract soon.
No, he's going to sign.
You would think.
100%.
But Becky, Seth, and Drew, none of them have re-signed yet, which is interesting.
They're gonna drive up the price. Daddy Warbucks over there is just handing that dollars like they're going out of style, and so they're going to use that against WWE, and it's a genius thing. They're like the first class to like really test these free agent boundaries, and it's a good one.
Scott Hall said you either can make friends in this business or you can make money. When you have a baby girl at home, that schedule looks a lot nicer.
I think all three go back to WWE.
You would think, because of everything that all three have meant to WWE, Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, you would think. But again, when you have a 3 or a 4-year-old at home, you know this better than it is, just as well as anyone. In fact, you have recited this to me yourself. You're never going to regret spending more time with your children as they're growing up. And being on the road 300 days a year for either Becky or Seth, I don't think there's any way both of them can do it. One of them are going to have a relegated contract. And how much money is WWE going to shell out, A? And B, are they going to be apt to give Becky Lynch a special contract opposed to a Rhea Ripley? Is Becky Lynch only going to have to be able to do 100 days a year? I mean, if she's offered a gig with AEW making more money than Mercedes Moné, and she also gets to spend 5 to 6 days with her child without missing much of her childhood, I mean, why wouldn't you do that at that point in time? Other than that WWE is my home, that's where I built my legend, and I'm one of the greatest ever. But Becky Lynch, I mean, again, Mommy, I miss you. There's something, if those of you who don't have children, when your children are that old, it's heartbreaking when they know you're leaving and not coming back for a while. It absolutely is. And anyone who's experienced as a parent, that's something that's going to weigh heavily on Seth and or Becky. What I think the most obvious thing is Becky might go to AEW and Seth might stay at WWE.
I mean, it's possible. And your point's totally valid. But I did look at something recently. Actually, it was today. They're not doing as many house shows. They've scaled it back a little bit. So it's still more than what AEW is offering. But still, it's not like they basically, it's all based off of the live shows. So they're working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And with the Raw and the SmackDown, so it's probably the SmackDown crew working Saturday. The Raw crew's working Monday. Sunday and Monday. And then pay-per-views. And the thing is, they were skipping weeks within those. It would be like they'd work 2 weeks, then they had a full week off. So, but still, it doesn't compete with the AEW schedule. But if you're Becky and you say, hey, listen, maybe I could just do 1 week on per month versus 2 or whatever it is, they give her that, and they give her money especially. And you know what? Her respect, too. She's a proud lady.
Yeah. But again, we know what Mercedes Moné, what she's getting roughly. She's probably getting more than Okada. No, let's be real. I mean, Mercedes Moné is probably getting upwards to $4 million a year.
Are you seeing these promos? Are you seeing these promos?
Oh, she's terrible. Look, here's the reality. Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné has been overrated since day one. She has been. She was never, nobody thought, other than her other than the AEW gatekeepers who love everybody from WWE when they sign, but they hate them when they're there.
Right.
Just like a WWE guy makes fun of AEW for getting Jay White or Okada, but they're all excited about Tama Tonga. Like, who's Jay White? Who's Okada? They suck. Nobody ever heard of them. Ooh, we got Tama Tonga. He was a strong champion in New Japan. Like, it's one of those things. So you're always going to put a certain spin on it, whether if you're one of the tribalists who love AEW and Sasha Banks fans, who there's not that many of them as much as we would think. Other than that, nobody really thought Sasha was going to pay off the money that Tony paid her. But Becky's going to be looking like, if that bitch get that shit, what am I going to get? So it's definitely something that's going to help drive the price up. And I think that was one of the impetus of Triple H's comments a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. If they're afraid of the grind, I don't want them. Well, fuck, man. If you got a kid at home, Becky has grinded. Seth Rollins has grinded. If Drew winds up leaving, he's grinded too. These people already grinded. They sacrificed everything for this business and the company. If they can get a lighter schedule, you can't blame them to do what's best for their family.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's business, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For Vladi Donnie, this is Silicon Steve Alley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.